Hello, YouTube. Karen Lou here again. Um, Back here today with another book review, or in particular, a book series review, I suppose. As you can see in front of you, I have a copy of Stephen King's The Gunslinger, which is the first novel in his Dark Tower series. And I just wanted to come on and talk about this because yesterday, the 19th of December 2020, I finished the seventh novel of this series, The Dark Tower. So I finished this entire series yesterday. And I just wanted to come on and just give you my thoughts on the series because I have to say, overall, I found this series to be quite memorable. Um, the majority of these seven novels are quite frankly bonkers. Like, they're just crazy. They're absolutely crazy. But me personally, I loved the characters and I loved the plot of them overall. So I'm just going to give you a quick rundown. Now, this is a bit of a cheat as well. This is a bit of a cheat because you can see here I have the Gunslinger, which is the Dark Tower 1. It's the first novel of the series. This is the only physical copy I have. It's the only physical copy I have. The others, the remaining six novels, I read digitally. So I read them on my iPad. So I'm just going to give you a quick review. So I'll start with the one that you see in front of you, the Gunslinger. Basically, this was released, I believe it was in 1970 originally. But it was not released originally as a novel, as you can see here. It was released as a stack of short stories. And reading it, it really shows. This novel that you see in front of you is all over the place. It's all over the place, but as I said, it's meant to be all over the place because it was originally a collection of short stories. I can't really tell you too much more except to say read it and you'll see what I mean. In short, it's the story of Roland Deschain, and Roland is basically a gunslinger. He is the last cowboy, if you will, the last gunslinger in his world. He comes from a land called Gilead, and he's trying to get to the titular Dark Tower. Okay? Roland is also meant to be his world's version of King Arthur in our world. Okay? So if you like all of that, if you like if you like myth, if you like legend, and if you like Sergio Leone's Dollars trilogy, all I can say is go and happy reading. Okay? The second novel of this series is called The Drawing of the Three. And Stephen King himself has said that this is where the story really begins. And I have to say, I could not agree more. It is brilliant. It's brilliant. You're also introduced to the other main characters besides Roland in this story. They are Eddie Dean, Odetta Holmes, and Jake Chambers. Now, Jake also appears. He also appears in this book here, but his backstory and stuff is explained more in The Drawing of the Tree. It's brilliant. It's brilliant, and it was by far one of my favourite novels of this series. The next one is a novel called The Wastelands. And overall, while to me it was absolutely bonkers, like it was complete bonkers, I really enjoyed it. Especially the segments of the novel that concern Jake. Okay? Overall, it was bonkers, but I really enjoyed it. The next novel was called Wizard and Glass. And interestingly enough, this is often called, it's often called the best novel of this entire series. Honestly, guys, I really cannot see that. I really cannot see that at all. For me personally, it was a novel that I really struggled to put a hole in. So much so that I would actually say to you, I've never struggled so much in my entire life to put a hole into a novel as I did with Wizard and Glass. It just didn't work for me. It destroyed the momentum of the ending of the Wastelands, and that's a wink, wink for you guys if you get that far. The ending of the Wastelands is yeah, it's just yeah, and Wizard and Glass destroys that. It's basically, spoiler alert here, it's basically a flashback novel, but it just didn't work for me. Anyway, we move on. The next novel is called Wolves of the Calla. And to be honest with you, I didn't really enjoy this one as well, per se. It only really picks up towards the end, but it was very slow. It's, it is very slow and nothing really happens in it. Also, there is a lot of meandering in the novel for meandering's sake. To be honest with you, it's pretty much the same with Wizard and Glass. It's just meandering, and it's meandering for meandering's sake, and it doesn't work for me. Once again, we move on. The penultimate novel of the series is called Song of Susanna, and I loved this one. I really, really enjoyed it. In my opinion, one of the best novels of the entire series, Song of Susanna. It was just brilliant. The majority of it takes place in our world, in particular New York City and King's home state of Maine. Brilliant, 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 brilliant read, and I couldn't recommend it highly enough. And last but not least, we come to the main novel in the series, which is The Dark Tower. It's quite long. There is a lot to take in with it. But overall, I felt it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. There is a little bit of meandering going on, don't get me wrong, and as you would have heard a few moments ago, I don't really care for meandering. But anyway, there is a lot of meandering going on, but again, it's just brilliant. And the ending of it I found extremely satisfying. Extremely satisfying. I was very, very happy with it. All I can do is recommend it now to you, YouTube. Basically, in short, with this series, if you are a reader who enjoys metafiction, okay, so what is metafiction? Well, metafiction is what makes you think about what it means to be a character on the printed page. It's what makes you think about being an author and what it means to put a book or a novel out there into the universe. If you like all of that, if you like myth, if you like legend, if you like something that messes with and engages with the real world and puts its own spin on it, take this series and go with it. It's amazing. I cannot recommend it highly enough. Cannot recommend it highly enough. Guys, that's going to be it from me. This was just a quick review of Stephen King's The Dark Tower series as a whole. I apologise that I only have the first book in the series in front of me, but that's explanatory. I only have the first book in the series physically. The rest of them I read on my iPad. So the rest of them I had digitally. On that note, I probably won't post another video again until after Christmas, because we're just 5 days away at this moment in time. So I just want to wish all of you a very happy Christmas. I hope everybody is safe and well. I hope 2020 was okay and that you got through it safe enough. To those of you that didn't, I want to wish you well as well and a speedy recovery. And I want to wish everybody best wishes and positive vibes for 2021. Thank you for watching, those of you that do. I have been Karen Lou, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Take care.